Hey everyone, this is Steve Klein back with another coin video. I know it's been a while since I last talked to y'all in regards to coins and coin collecting, so I want to thank y'all that have subscribed and that have been watching my other coin videos. I noticed just this last month that all my coin videos have been getting a little bit of attention, and I've reached 150 subscribers, so it's a small step, but I really do thank y'all for subscribing and for checking out those videos. But in this video today, I wanted to share with y'all the best ways to go about start being a penny collector. I've been a penny collector for, I guess it's going on probably about 10 years or so. Whenever my grandmother passed away, there were some coins that she kind of left behind, and my grandfather decided to give them to me since I was I liked collecting coins at the time. So he started giving me these different coins, and I started getting into collecting, and then probably got a little into collecting a little bit too much, spent a little bit too much money, but that's okay. I've learned some lessons along the way, and I just want to share those with y'all, especially towards, in this video, how to go about collecting pennies and how to make sure that you're getting a good deal for where you're going, and the best ways to start. The reason why I'm doing this video at the moment is I noticed that pennies are, it's becoming increasingly expensive for the government to be able to produce them at the moment. Right now they lose money by printing pennies because it's too much of a cost to print the pennies. I think it costs the government about 2 cents for every penny that they make, something like that. So we may see in the near future here that pennies will go extinct and that we won't see them anymore. And so, especially if you're looking to get into coin collecting right now, I think it's a really good time because it hasn't been, they haven't said anything yet, but I have almost guaranteed that there's going to be some changes, if not complete ban on pennies, and we won't, so we won't see them anymore. So with that being said, the first and best way to start, especially if you're, a low-income coin collector, you still want to collect coins, but, maybe make some profit from it in the future. I think the best way to start is to just go to your local bank. You can start with a few dollars, basically go there and tell them that you want to give them a few bucks for some pennies. And obviously they have to give you the amount of pennies in exchange for the currency, which, notice right now, by the way, I know COVID's kind of dying down. If you do go to the bank right now and ask, for pennies in exchange for currency, they may limit the amount of pennies that they're giving you, just because I know there's a coin shortage ever since COVID happened, things like that. But hopefully you can get a whole bunch and that they'll be able to provide that for you. But anyways, go in there, get those, collect a lot of those pennies and then bring them home. Again, there's no cost to you because it's just exchanging currency for currency. They'll probably give you the pennies in coin rolls. And so the best way to go about it, you bring those home, you open up the coin rolls, and you go through them. And the biggest thing you want to look for is wheat pennies. Wheat pennies are essentially pennies that were produced before, I think it was 1959. And you'll see here, if we can get this in the light, and if Duke can stop chewing on his toy. Let's see here. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that. So this is a wheat penny. You'll see this is on the back of the coins that are before 1959. These are the pennies that some of them they go for a lot, some of them they don't go for as much, but wheat pennies, I think, in the near future here, will start increasing in value by a lot. Number one, because it is they're a little bit older, they're becoming more of antiques. But at the same time, once again, pennies are, they might be going extinct here pretty soon, and the older pennies are the ones that are going to be increasing in value first. And so I would say look out for those whenever you're going through. You will see a lot of Lincoln cents, just standard, regular Lincoln pennies that has like a Lincoln memorial that's on the back. Those ones as of right now, sorry to tell you, but they're not really that much in value. You can't really get a lot for them. In fact, here's an example right here. This is a 1959, so the first year they started making them. There we go. And so it's not really, those ones, I just kind of skip through them. There's nothing really, unless you find a special error coin, which is really, really rare. Those are basically just worth a penny. So, just being straightforward with y'all, that's just how it is. So that's the first way that you can go about it. Now, if there's different pennies that you're seeing, perhaps like on eBay, or if you see them on coin shows, if you do like to go to coin shows, those are alternate ways to go and look for pennies. If you do see some that you like, that you think might be profitable, then by all means, go ahead and pick those up and add those to your collection. I've been to coin shows before where I collected a lot of wheat pennies. I was trying to collect all the pennies except for the 2 or 3 most rare ones. And I was able to find, a lot of cool coins that I added to my collection. But for the most part, I think the easiest way to be able to go about collecting those pennies, once again, is just going to the bank, searching through the rolls, and then you can bring them back, and you can even exchange it for more rolls too. And so that's something that would just be real simple. Now, in regards to pennies that also you're going to be looking for, there's a few different wheat pennies that really would boost the value in your coins. The older you get, the better it is. So if you find something that's like, for instance, a 1909 and 1910, that's going to be more in value than something that's going to be 1957. And so you want to look for the coins that are a little bit older. And quick hint, if you're going through and you are, you're finding it's just taking a long time to search through all the pennies and find out which ones are wheats and which ones are not. Another thing that you can also do is, if you're just searching through really quickly and you're kind of one of those people that you just don't have time to look through every single penny, one thing that you want to look for is the wheat pennies. They have a little bit of I guess you could say almost an orange tint to them. So this one, it's kind of like a lighter brown, I guess you could say. It looks a tiny bit faded on the Lincoln head. So this is something that's a little bit older. Again, this is a 1959, so this is still Lincoln Cent, but it's still a little bit older. You'll see that it's just a little bit faded. It's a little bit more orange than a regular penny would be. And so, you want to look for those pennies that just have that little bit of a tint. If you're just kind of sorting through them real quick and you find something that looks a little faded. Here's another example. 1936. So, I mean, they look pretty cool. Another thing too, so there's certain key dates that you want to look for if you're trying to get a lot of value. Here's one example here. It's a 1922D. You probably might not be able to see the date very well, and the value on that is a lot higher than a lot of other pennies. Just one penny alone, it's about. This one's, the value is about $12, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. But if you find pennies like this is a 1922. This is, I guess you could say, kind of a key date because they didn't make any other type of, they didn't have a Philadelphia mint or they didn't have a San Francisco mint for the 1922 pennies. I hope I said that right. Yeah, 1922P or 1922S. They only made it to 1922D, and so that's something that that's a nice date to have. Yeah, again, a lot of the older ones, 1910, 1909, 1911. Those are the ones that I've found just searching through coin rolls at the bank. They're really cool to have, but once again, I think that's really about it as far as looking for coins. I really do hope that y'all have a great adventure just looking through those different coins and finding ones that are really, really cool to have. And word of advice for y'all too, whenever you get into coin collecting, it is really fun. It is really exciting to get into it and to just find different cool coins, from a whole batch. But make sure not to go crazy with it. I know that going to coin shows and eBay can be really fun, but you don't want outdo yourself and end up buying something that you'll regret later. So make sure that you're getting a good deal. You know, you can always look up the values online. You can always look them up on the sold tab on eBay to see how much the value is, things like that. So just be careful with what you're doing. But at the same time, you know, I hope y'all have fun. And once again, this is Steve Klein. Please subscribe to my channel. One last thing too, I have another channel that I'm also making too that I'm trying to get a little bit support for right now. It's called Legit's Animations. I'll post the link in the description. So please go subscribe there to help me out to make more of these videos and to just help y'all to go through coin collecting, but also to help me make more videos in general. So once again, thank you all, and good luck on your adventures.